we're actually getting some new content today. So we're getting the Shitzu Keitora, which is this thing in front of me because I've got it slightly early. And we're getting some new drift upgrades. So this kind of reminds me of a weekly update that we got about a year ago, in fact. You know, where we got 4 drift upgrades. I remember it was because they added the photo back on the website, because the photo was on the website, then they removed it. Then they added it back all these years later when they added the drift upgrade to it last year. So I remember it mainly because of that. And this is a bit similar to that because I don't think we're getting any new drift races. Let me just check, but we're definitely getting 4 new drift upgrades. Things for cars that you would already think's got a drift upgrade. You know, like the RT3000, the Dominator GT, and the Sentinel XS. They are the vehicles getting them, by the way. And also this is getting a... it's not... Is it picking up my mic? I've no idea. I can't hear my stream, by the way. I've paused the stream, that's why. I paused the stream myself. Sorry, I was having a... I thought it had done what it normally does. It doesn't connect my microphone for some reason. This thing's getting a drift upgrade as well. So those 3 vehicles, the Sentinel XS, Dominator GT, RT3000 and the Keitora, the vehicle in front of me. Returning content. These got added in last week now. We checked them out. The Yuan Bao, they pronounce stuff weirdly, don't they? It's like Yuan Bao collectibles. They're back. I remember talking about the bloody collectibles last week. And then just a load of other nonsense, really. It's going to be triple cash in RP on drift races. I don't think there is any new drift races. I think last year we got some new drift races. Whereas this year we're getting a new vehicle with these new drift upgrades, but no new drift races. Anyway, welcome if you've just joined us. So yeah. This one's also a bit weird because they've not done anything like this since the update, by the way. Normally we just get new vehicles now for GTA Plus members first, because all of the vehicles that have come out so far, I think we had, what's its name? The Estrella, that was it. That was that had a month's exclusivity towards it with GTA Plus, and then we got the Italy Classic. Now the Italy Classic, you didn't get a month's exclusivity with it, but they were sneaky with that. It was for GTA Plus members, but they added it into the Vinewood Car Club. And Vinewood Car Club's pretty much irrelevant, isn't it? It's not something you look forward to. I swear someone's just like... Did you hear that glass smash? It was like somebody threw a Molotov. Oh, there's no one in my session. That was weird. But with this thing, I'm sure GTA Plus isn't updating today. And this is coming out for everyone, by the way. This is coming out for everyone. No GTA Plus exclusivity. Yes, you could have bought it in the car meet beforehand, but, you know, you have to know someone that's got GTA Plus. Not everyone's on GTA Plus, and, you know, most people just play casually, so they just didn't have access to the vehicle, or the vehicles. But with this thing, you get it straight away. It's 810,000. And every time I get this thing out, I'm surprised at how small it is. It's crazy that's getting a drift upgrade, to be honest. I've not got access to the drift upgrade because it's not in the game, and I don't think it works. You know, if you merge vehicles, I don't think it works like that. So you don't get the drift upgrade if you do it. But this could be quite interesting with a drift upgrade. I guess what I'll do is, I think I might buy one of these again and recustomize it on stream, just because the customization for this sort of thing is, well, I guess wacky. There's all sorts you can do to it. If you've not seen it, you've probably seen it already, because lots of images of this thing's been floating around ever since the update came out, so yeah. Welcome if you've just joined us, by the way. I was going to... Let me just quickly do something. All I've got to do is unlock my phone. Got OBS, I put them in it, and I can't see the chat. I don't think anybody's commented, but... Where's my stream? That's on 13. Why is that getting recommended to me 13 days ago? Advert coming on now. I don't know why my volume was on. No, you can't buy the truck off me now. I don't think you can anyway. You can only buy the things off people that are unreleased. Well, you can't buy things that are unreleased off people. You can only get it for a gift card to friends. Like if the car had been released, then well, I guess the truck had been released. You would be able to buy it, but because it's not on the website, you can't buy it off people. So the only way to get it is through gift card to friends. Welcome, by the way. So yeah, it's a bit of a weird one because it's kind of unexpected. Like what I was saying, all the other vehicles that have been added in so far, you know, the Louisville, that came out day one, but we'll throw it in there since it was a GTA Plus exclusive vehicle for a week. And then we had the Australia, which was GTA Plus exclusive for a month. Just felt weird. Why did people have to wait so long to get that vehicle? An entire month. HSW vehicle as well, by the way. It's a weird one. Weird situation, that. And then the next vehicle, the Italy Classic, which came out the other week. When GTA Plus updated? I think it was, wasn't it? That had a week's exclusivity with it. And they sneakily added that in to GTA Plus through the Vinewood Car Club. So then it wasn't obvious that GTA Plus members got it before everyone else. So it's nice to see that they've not done that again, and hopefully they don't do it again, because it's just... Why? Why do that? Why give them exclusive content for so long? Content that everybody would have got at the same time as each one another. Don't get me wrong, I'm not against them getting some sort of discount or bonus if they're spending money on a subscription service, but not bonus, but to get it completely for free, put it that way. Or maybe free upgrades. You buy the car and you get free upgrades, something like that. I'm not against that, but when they're getting content that nobody else gets access to, and this is content that everybody else would have had access to at the same time as everyone else, it's just kind of... Why are we basically dividing the play base on which content we can and can't have because of a subscription service? It's just... The game's never been like that before, and it only hinders the game. It doesn't make it better. But yeah, anyway. Crispy, welcome. Might as well get the chat up on here now. It is pretty stupid. You should see the customization on it. You know what? I've not done the bloody countdown timer again, and people are always going to be asking me, when's it coming out? And that's the wrong one. I always click on that one, don't I? But yeah, I don't know. I don't know with GTA Plus, because I always feel as if it's going to get more egregious over time, and yeah, with how the business model is going to be on GTA 6, probably a lot more aggressive than this. You know, what's going to happen on GTA 6? I know it's all just guesswork, but it was obviously never going to stay exactly how it was when it first came out, because they want people to rely on GTA Plus. They want to turn it into something like Fallout First, what's like reliant on the membership to play the game. Because as far as they're aware, or as far as they care, that's like millions of people paying to play the game. Years down the line, that just wouldn't have been paying to play the game. Like, they would have bought the game when it first came out, and that was it. That's the only money they're getting out of them until the next release of game a decade later. But now with these subscription services, if they make it so you basically, it would be silly not to sign up for it, or you have to play the game, or it's kind of like a Fallout First, where you kind of have to be on it to, you know, play the game properly. Then you're just gonna make a lot of money from it. So yeah, that's... I mean, we'll have to wait and see. don't know why I'm driving this way. I'm driving around the map in this thing, in fact. Why not? But yeah, that's millions of people and lots of money that they're going to make. We'll have to wait and see. And as far as what GTA 6 Online is going to be, God knows. God knows at this point, because imagine if it is just RP. The thing is, if it is just RP, like, how can they even monetize that? I'm sure there's a way that they can do it, but I don't know. It's just with all this content that we seem to be getting, that seems to be coming from GTA 6, it's just... It's all the same, isn't it? It's all these vehicles that they've redone. You know, from the Banshee GTS, I guess even the Niobe, some of the vehicles that we've seen in this update, and, you know, the Titan 250D, DH7 Iron Mule. Why add vehicles like that into the game so late on, by the way? I know they've been in the game for a year now, but, you know, this was before the game got delayed, GTA 6, so... to only get a year's worth of... Why did they get added in just for a year? It's always something that's just been like, why didn't they just hold these vehicles off for GTA 6? Because they clearly made them for GTA 6, but they've added them into GTA Online. And then, obviously, all this RP stuff. There's loads of it in the game now. There's loads of it. Shall we try and find them all? So you've got the pizza deliveries, the quickie farm, more pizza deliveries over there, the forklift stuff, the fire engine stuff, whatever this is. Where's the paper run stuff? God knows. I don't know where that is now. There it is. And then there's other things. This. Bobcat security. I don't think there's anything up here. I think it's all in the city, but... the amount of stuff that you could say is probably more, I guess, of a roleplay sort of activity in this game now. It's just ridiculous. And out of nowhere, like, this has happened over the last 2 years or so. Obviously, it's going to make you stop and think, well, why are we getting all this content when we've never had it? And then you've got the new game coming out, GTA 6, and you can only assume that they're adding a lot of things like that into this game because it's also going to be in GTA 6 Online. So, I mean, we'll have to wait and see, but I don't see them doing... I don't know why I drove around that, by the way. I don't see them doing all of these things, and adding all of this, I guess you could call it experimental content into GTA Online if they've got no plans of doing anything similar in GTA 6 Online. I'll just find it incredibly boring if GTA 6 Online comes out and the best way to make money and the only sort of activities worth playing are, you know, the RP sort of things, because I don't expect to see a heist on release, put it that way, and all of the content we take for granted in this game, and I think that's one of the biggest issues going into it. It's by far one of the biggest issues going into it, because the problem we're going to have, okay, not everyone's going to have it, you know, all the normies, I guess we'll call them normies, all the people that play GTA when a new GTA comes out and then they start playing it after a year or two. All of the people like that will be happy with it, but all of the people like ourselves that like playing this game still because of the content that got added in it well after the game release, you know, things like Diamond Casino Ice. Once you move on from that sort of content and it's not there straight away in GTA 6, then GTA 6 isn't going to be as good as this game, is it? And then people are going to miss this game and probably prefer this game over GTA 6. I can already see that happening now, just because I don't see a world in which GTA 6 can rival the GTA 5 Online for the amount of content that's in its game on release. And it's going to take a while to get there as well, because, you know, if you think of how many heists are in this game that people like to play, how many of these businesses there are, so on and so forth, there's just no way they've made an entire new game and then they've got all the content that's in this game already when you've got 13 years worth of updates in this game now. It's not quite 13 years, it's 12 years, isn't it? But it's 13 years this year. It'll be 13 years before GTA 6 comes out. Yeah. I know I've kind of just waffled on about something else. This all stemmed from me talking about how we're finally all getting this vehicle today, by the way. It's not just a GTA Plus thing. And GTA Plus is slowly getting more egregious over time. But yeah, one thing leads to another, doesn't it? But I've talked about this all before. What does everybody think about Xbox, by the way? It's a funny situation, isn't it? You know, ever since about 2014... Not so much 2013, because I guess they could have come back from it. But 2014, back into 2014, maybe 2015, it's kind of like... Xbox has always been on... just a decline. It was on a decline before, I guess in 2013, but it's just... It never came back from that decline, did it? It's only, always just declined. I remember when these new consoles came out, and the Series X and the Series S seemed to offer more than what the Xbox One did on release. Okay, maybe not with it's exclusive games, but I don't know. I do think the Series S and the Series X was a lot better than what the Xbox One was on release. Mainly because of stuff like backwards compatibility. When the Xbox One came out, by the way, God, I always remember going back to the... I must have still been on the 360 for a year. I'm not even joking. I mean, this game wasn't on the Xbox One, was it? And you couldn't play it because there was no backwards compatibility. So you had all these games that were new on the 360 just before the Xbox One came out that weren't on the Xbox One. Particularly this game. And there was just nothing to play on the Xbox One other than stuff like, Battlefield 4, COD Ghosts. It may have been same for the PlayStation as well, you know, if you enjoyed something like Grand Theft Auto, because you had to wait a year for that, didn't you? Just like on Xbox. But the release of the Series S and the Series X wasn't as bad as the Xbox One because of backwards compatibility. Because I have never... I think I loaded it. I loaded up the One X just for a why not one time. But I've never needed to go back and go on the One X and play it. Not like with the 360, I was always going back to it. Shadow, welcome. But yeah, it's always like... It's like a managed decline in a way. That's what it feels like now. It feels like it's become more of a hindrance for them to keep Xbox going, especially when they've got new, I guess, business ventures to go on with stuff like AI. Like everyone's in this AI race, focusing on all this AI. God, don't you... AI, by the way. AI. I'm sick of it being shoved in my face all the time. Don't get me wrong, I do think there is a use for it. I don't think it's as good as what people make it out to be. I mean, you've got all this rubbish with generative AI. Yes, I know, I use generative AI for the thumbnails, but it's... Look, if I wanna quickly get an image and make it look unique, that's the best way to do it, without actually logging into the game. Plus, I need to do it. If I had access to all the content that was unreleased in the game, I wouldn't necessarily use AI. Like the thumbnail that I'm using today, in fact. Say that, I did actually use it to get rid of the buildings. Behind it, but the car on the thumbnail is this. But yeah, I've been sidetracked again. Back to Xbox. God knows. Well, actually, this woman that is the head of Xbox now, if you remember when they changed the prices of Game Pass, she was in that video. So it's like brilliant. You see, the woman that you presented to us when you were basically declaring that you were going to start scamming us with Game Pass, you know, by basically the bloated Game Pass with nonsense that people don't want, and they use it as an excuse to raise the price of Game Pass, and it went up by like not quite double the price, but near enough. It felt like it was double the price. I think it's double the price of what it originally was. I think they increased the price of it beforehand. Something like that. It's something like that. So this woman's had stuff to do with Xbox before. People are saying that she's had, like, no gaming background and she's come from AI. Possibly so, but she's been in Xbox things before. I've not really seen people mention that. But it's just... again, who is it? Who is it? We've had people talking about nepotism because she's Indian, and the current CEO of Microsoft is Indian, so it's like she just got the job because she's Indian. Lots of people have been talking about that, and it's also some DEI stuff which people have been talking about that, which is whatever. I'm not necessarily going to talk about that today. I just think it's pointless. I don't think it's pointless. Don't get me wrong, but you can imagine I've got something to say on it, but it's just talk, isn't it, at this point? It just doesn't really interest me. Sprinter, welcome. Yeah, this van's coming out today. Well, truck, whatever you want to call this. But it's just like it's managed decline. I can't see it. I can't see it being anything else other than that. We'll just put someone in. Maybe something good comes from this. I guess it's kind of too early. It's not too early to tell, is it? Because with Xbox's current track record, you can only assume things are going to get worse because that's all that's ever happened. So you're right to think things are going to get worse, really, but we'll have to wait and see what happens with it because you've got all these other people as well. Like, nobody's really talked about this Matt Booty as well because he's been there for... That is his name, by the way. He's been at Xbox for ages. Why is he still there? And then what is it? Phil Spencer and Sarah Bond. Okay, Sarah Bond was crap. Phil Spencer, God knows, probably crap. I say Sarah Bond was crap because... So what happened to him was, if you don't know, what happened with them was... It's like Microsoft got rid of them, fired them, but they've not actually said they've fired them. It's Phil Spencer's retired, and like God knows what's happened to Sarah Bond. But if Phil Spencer was actually retiring, then why Sarah Bond gone? You know what I mean? It's almost like they have been fired. And Sarah Bond is, if you're not familiar with Sarah Bond, I'm assuming you know who Phil Spencer is. Sarah Bond was the you'll have seen her on like the Xbox videos, the black woman. That's a bit below. I think in the position below Phil Spencer. That's what she was in. Anyway, it was her idea for this. I'll talk about this because I did think it was ridiculous. It wasn't really anything that I spoke about before, but you remember that This Is an Xbox campaign where it's just basically anything like your laptop, even silly stuff like smart fridges. This is an Xbox. Your phone's an Xbox because of cloud gaming. And this is one of those silly things where it's like, people don't give a shit about cloud gaming. People don't give a shit about video game streaming. It's so niche at the minute because it's just not... it's not that good. It's not that good. The quality's not that good. Most people haven't got quick enough internet for it anyway. The latency's horrendous. Plus people like owning their own system anyway. And seeing the picture quality without compression, by the way. These even... in 20 years' time, like, video game streaming will have compression. Won't look as good as video games now. Okay, the graphics might look better in the future, obviously, but the compression will be there. It'd be like watching a live stream. Put it that way. It'd be like, imagine you watching my live stream and playing the game. That's what it'd be like. With lower latency. But it'd be higher latency than what you're currently playing the game with now. So they did all this marketing stuff for cloud gaming in what was probably 2024, 2025. 20 years before they should have. I don't actually think... Look, if we were 20 years in the future, I don't think actually the marketing was that bad. May have been a bit, I don't know, cringe in a way. Some of the things were a bit cringe. I remember seeing some things and just thinking, why have they done that? It's just a bit weird, isn't it? I can't remember it off the top of my head, though. But if they'd have done this 20 years in the future, it wouldn't have been as bad. It's one of these things again. It's like how they focus on TV when they first announced the Xbox One. constantly going on about cloud gaming. We've seen it recently as well, this big update with cloud gaming. You can stream your games in 1440p. Brilliant. I'd rather just install them. I'd play without input lag. And play without video compression. And reliability issues. So yeah, I can only imagine barely anybody signed up for cloud gaming because of that, but probably nobody did. Why would you sign up for it? The only thing people ever signed up for was Stadia, and Stadia failed. People only signed up for Stadia because it was another platform. I guess you've got this Amazon, whatever it is. I remember Stadia because Stadia had crossplay with some console games, so I don't think that Amazon one does. I think it's more like a... I think it just plays like PC games. Or the PC version of games. PUBG was one because PUBG doesn't have crossplay. Well, it has crossplay with consoles, but it doesn't have crossplay with PC. Stadia players got put with PUBG console players. But anyway, it's such a niche thing, isn't it? It's such a niche thing, something that just shouldn't be bothered with. Not that they shouldn't be focusing on it, because obviously, God, how shit is gaming going to become? By the way, like, people in the future are going to miss owning their own system. Part of the reason why game streaming or video game streaming hasn't taken off so far is because people like having their own system, whether that's a PC, whether that's a console. People like having their own system. And what they want to do is, you've got all these companies rushing to make basically a video game subscription service similar to something like, I don't know, Netflix or Disney Plus and all this other things, even like Spotify. There's nothing like that that exists for gaming. So you'll pay so much a month, and then you'll get access to all these games on demand through streaming. You don't actually own your own system. You'll just have a controller to play the games with, and that's it. Just have a controller. So you'll stream the games for a monthly subscription, kind of like cloud gaming now, but you'll get all the games on it. You won't actually buy games. You don't actually buy games. Imagine there's microtransactions to buy, but they'll be making in all this money that they'll be able to afford to put the games on the subscription service. And maybe there's maybe you will be able to buy the games, because if you can buy the games, then they can get people on the subscription service for a cheaper price, can't they? But you get what I'm saying, and look, that's going to be shit in the future, isn't it? It's just going to be shit. Welcome if you just joined us, by the way. So yeah, with this Xbox stuff, I've not really got a lot to say about it, really, that other people haven't already said. I feel like it's pointless talking about it, because, well, other than, look, Xbox isn't going to be a thing in what? Is Xbox going to be a thing in 10 years? God knows. Are we all going to end up on PlayStation? Maybe. Maybe. Because what I didn't say, in fact, is I felt like the Series X and the Series S had a better launch than what the Xbox One did. And more people, and even leading up to it, felt like it was going to be better. But even more people went to PlayStation on, you know, at the start of this console generation than what they did with the previous one. So I think even like the more, I guess, casual consumer knows where things are going. They're just not thinking about it. So yeah, Xbox is probably not going to be a thing. Like, if you were going to put money on it, you'd bet on Xbox not being a thing in, like, within 15 years. Maybe something that's sooner rather than later. Bulldog, welcome. It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell. Because it is a platform that's got a loyal... I guess they've got loyal consumers, not player base. But there'll be people that'll be on Xbox till they die, or they'll want to be on Xbox till they die, and they've got all of those people to milk, haven't they? Plus they've got people like myself where it's like I've not really got any. I guess I've got loyalty to Xbox, but not like it's like like I'm supporting a team or something like that. I've only got loyalty to Xbox because everything I've ever done's on Xbox. Like everything I've ever bought, all my achievements, everything like that, on Xbox. My progression on Xbox. Why would I go to PlayStation? It's one of those things. Rocky Gamer, welcome. So yeah, God knows, we'll see what happens with Xbox. We'll see what happens. Enough is enough to be treated the way they're treating us 20 years after game and you're done with it. Is this Xbox? Welcome if you just joined us, by the way. That's that by-election today. I hope to God I'm not endorsing them. I hope that the Green Party wins. I really do. I really do. I'm not endorsing them. I don't support them, but I hope the Green Party wins. I really do. You've got to play chess, haven't you? You've got to play chess. You've got to let things happen like this, so then people are aware as to what's going on. If somebody like Reform gets in, that's like putting a plaster over something in it. That's like putting a plaster on an open wound. Like, what's that gonna do? Well, it's not, is it? It's like putting, I don't know. You get what I'm trying to say. Anybody else thinks of this? As good as Game Pass and exclusive, and no exclusivity. I can't even read. If you've just joined us, yeah. If you've just joined us and you're wondering if I'm retarded, yeah, I am. Welcome. Thank you. Like and subscribe. Appreciate it. Right. Shadow says, as good as Game Pass and no exclusivity is, it's the reason why Xbox is failing. Yeah, probably. Probably. That's why they increased the price of it. And I don't think it's necessarily failing because of that. I just think people don't... It's not 100% because of that. It's just people... Like, PlayStation's more of a powerful brand, and it's ever since what bloody Don Matrick and everybody did. It just did irreversible damage. That 2013 conference, I'm telling you. You know, like, the lead up to the Xbox One, and even the design of the Xbox One and everything, just... To the dashboard, you know, when they wanted to make everything look like bloody Windows 10, like you had Windows phones, and it was horrible. It was horrible. That did that much damage. Basically, everybody that's got into console gaming afterwards, you know, like all these kids and parents buying consoles for the kids, are all on PlayStation. There's not many of them that are on Xbox, and it's all down to it's all down because of that. All because of that. So it's like Game Pass and all these other things wouldn't really be contributing to its failure that much if you still had all of these people that were on Xbox back in the day still on Xbox, but they're just not on Xbox anymore, so you can't... These people aren't signing up for a subscription service that, you know, they've not got access to, so... But yeah, if we're taking into account, you are correct, but it's only if we're taking into account like its current player base, I guess, or its current consumer base, how many people do own an Xbox. If there was 3 times as many people that had an Xbox console, it'd be more of a viable business plan. But I think the plan behind it was, if we do Game Pass, people will buy an Xbox. It's just no, no. Turns out people still want to own games. It's like what I'm going to do. I've got Game Pass, right, but I probably won't always have Game Pass, and Forza gets delisted. Forza games get delisted in the future, so I will just buy the game outright. I don't give a shit if it's on Game Pass and could get the premium add-on edition. I'll just buy the game outright. I don't want to not be able to play it when it gets delisted. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, Bulldog says he used to be loyal to Xbox. Same with Rockstar. Scared of a good update, scared of us having fun. Well, it's not really that. They've just put money before anything else. So, they should. I mean, they put a subscription. We've talked about this before. They put a subscription service in this game. The content should have got better, not worse, and the content's got worse, hasn't it? And then we've got less of it. And I guess they're making GTA 6. They've got to do content for GTA 6, so they can't fully focus on GTA Online. But the thing is, they're that big, they should have a dedicated team for GTA Online, bigger than what they have, to make better updates. Considering the fact that we've now got a subscription service, and since the subscription service got added in, the content's got worse, so, or less substantial. Sprinter says he's not in a bad spot, but people can't join him, because it says he's in a bad spot and the new update is broken. It will destroy gaming no matter what console you use and make no difference. Well, I saw this, and it's... This is no coincidence, by the way. So that Jim Ryan at PlayStation, he had no gaming experience, did he? But God. PlayStation gets a lot of... What word shall I use here? PlayStation is weird. Because PlayStation doesn't really do anything that good. But they'll get... People act like they're the best thing ever. Does anybody else feel like that? I feel like PlayStation's just as bad as Xbox. It's just like, I don't know. It's just like a brand thing. It's got a more powerful brand, so it's like, oh, my PlayStation exclusives. PlayStation exclusives. Come on, when they're coming out with games like Concord... Look what they've done to Destiny 2. Where's Destiny 3? And all these other things. Like, they've messed up big time recently, and people have just let it all slide as if, like, they're still really good. Yeah, some people talk about it, but... Yeah. Console gaming in general shit. At the minute. Will it ever return? I've no idea. I was going to show you this image. I feel like this isn't a coincidence, is it? This is just... It's reflective of current times, isn't it? Reflective of current times, and now... Look, men and women think differently to each one another, and they're good at different things. Would I include women running video game companies in that list? No, I wouldn't. So this is weird, isn't it? Just another symptom of the modern day, I guess. We're going to have to put up with stuff like this. I'm not saying they're going to do a bad job because they're a woman. I just find it weird how all three of them are women. And this is something that you would assume it would be taken up by a male. That's why not. It would only be natural, you know what I mean? If it's something that's more male focused, now I'm not saying women don't play video games, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying a woman couldn't do the job, don't get me wrong. But when you've got three of them, it's really coincidental. How three women in something like gaming have ended up getting a job like that at the top. It's coincidental, isn't it? It's almost as if, like, I'm not saying all of them have got the job because they're a woman, but at least one of them on there has got the job because they're a woman. 100%. Right, let's get rid of them, because some of them, I don't like looking at some of them. It's the one in the middle, mainly. I don't like... Okay, the image is stretched. I don't like the one in the middle, and I don't like the bloody East Asian one. Why are you looking at me like that? You know what I mean? Why are you looking at me like that? I don't know if anybody else thinks like that, but... PlayStation... Jim Ryan... This was the other year. It was Jim Ryan. What happened to Jim Ryan? I think Jim Ryan retired. The British guy. He's English. In 2024. Well, what's PlayStation done since then? I don't... God knows who that is on play. I just saw the image and I thought that's the Nintendo one, by the way, in the middle. I thought, well, if that's the Xbox one, we'll assume that's the PlayStation one. Why not? I had no idea what happened after Jim Ryan. Wasn't really much that I focused on with PlayStation anyway and Jim Ryan, but she has something to do with PlayStation apparently. Whether it's the same role that Jim Ryan had, no idea. I'm trying to find out. Let's chat GPT. Let's chat GPT. That'll be the easiest thing to do. This is where AIs are for, right? Who is the PlayStation? The PlayStation woman. It's the PlayStation woman. Sorry, can't I? We've identified the person in the image. Don't like the way she's. I really don't like the way the PlayStation woman's looking into the camera. By the way, I don't like some people just.
Oh, man, he was just a little blurb on my rumors section. No one knows it was you.
Disconnected. My mic disconnected. Don't know what happened there.
Why you tripping? Oh, my
Who is the PlayStation? I'll ask Grok. PlayStation woman. If Grok doesn't know, I'll have to ask Gemini. God, one to another. They're all hopeless. I think it's just reflective of the current day things anyway. If like they're all women, then why are women taking up these roles? Why are we conning women into thinking they need to have careers that they don't naturally, will for? It's bizarre, isn't it? Female empowerment. That's it. Female empowerment, making them do things that they wouldn't do otherwise, and making them believe that it's something they actually want to do. And then they wonder why half the time they're upset and things like that. It's like voting. We've soon skipped here. This is controversial. Look, lots of them get emotional about voting. I'm sorry if you're getting emotional about voting. No, you should not be voting. You should not be voting. I'll tell you that much. I've seen it before. People, you get them crying over elections. Like tears, that's what I'm on about. Not just like moaning because the candidate didn't win. Senior Vice President. It's the Vice President. Okay, so this is like, she's like a Sarah Bond. Brilliant. So that's not good news if you're on PlayStation. Mary Yee. No wonder it looks a bit weird. Is this her? This can't be her, no. So that image, it's like they've altered the image to make it look younger. I don't know, Google search if you want to have a look at what I'm on about. Mary Yee. Y-E-E. But yeah, anyway. What a mess. Everything's upside down, everything's inverted, isn't it? Everything's inverted. It's a good rule to follow that, actually. Everything's inverted, because it is. Things get celebrated that shouldn't be celebrated. Things don't get celebrated that should be celebrated. You notice it all the time. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Everything's back to front, upside down. Everyone's under the illusion that life's some sort of fairy tale as well, and it's just not. It's not. It's not a fairy tale. Mental, isn't it, when you really think about it? But most people don't think about it because most people aren't critical thinkers, they're just normies, and I've got to be careful not to say too much because it makes me think, oh well, I'm above everybody else, blah blah. When no, but come on, like people. There's some people that think about things, and there's the vast majority of people let not other people necessarily, but I guess they let the system do the thinking for them, and they can't actually think for themselves. I mean, you had things like COVID that proved that, and you had that happening on both sides as well. By the way, there were lots of people that just went along with anything on both sides because they couldn't think for themselves. You know, the anti-vaxxers were definitely better than all of those that were putting on the face masks and stuff like that. But look, if that's not the greatest example that people can't really think for themselves and they need to be told what to do and stuff like that, and what to think, that I don't know what is. Yeah. Anyway, welcome if you just joined us. I'll be glad when this thing comes out, so then we don't have to talk about all of this. We stem from GTA Plus and Xbox. Talking about Xbox. Brilliant. Sneako's in London. Sneako's a funny one, isn't he? Wonder who he gets paid. You know, he gets paid, doesn't he? We say he wonder who he gets paid by, but he gets paid. Sneako, it's just laughable. It's laughable. Because ever since he goes on stream and acts like he's some sort of intellectual, as if he's like a high IQ individual, and he just doesn't parrot what... He'll see somebody make a good point on Twitter and he'll be like, oh, that's a good point. That sounds like a good point. I'll talk about this on stream and talk about it as if it's something that I've come up with. He's one of those. So he'll see something, he'll take it in, claim it for his own, pretends to be some sort of intellectual. Lo and behold, he's actually got below average IQ. He did an IQ test and got 95. And ever since then, it's just... Okay, that pretty much confirms what I thought about him. I mean, you didn't really... You see all of these types of personalities online, don't you? You don't really think about them too much. But you just happen to see them. And it's like, yeah, I can see... yeah, that makes sense. 95 IQ. And the look on his face when he got 95 as well. The sudden realisation that it's like... Yeah, I'm actually stupid, aren't I? Some of these people, especially that sort of IQ range, not necessarily 95, maybe a bit higher. They convince themselves that they're actually more intelligent than what they are, and it's mainly the more types of people that are full of themselves. A bit like how he is. And he just says all sorts of rubbish on Twitter now. All sorts of rubbish. Welcome if you just joined us. We're just talking about Sneako having 95 IQ. But yeah, I mean, he's in London because it's basically a Muslim city. Sneako's a Muslim, by the way. Street welcome. If you didn't know. He's one of those as well. There's that tweet that people share around a lot. He's one of those that just pretends that they don't understand things, so then he can just push his agenda forth. It's like, yeah, obviously people are concerned about people doing Islamic prayers in New York City, in what is supposedly a Christian country, and they've never had a Muslim population. God forbid somebody be concerned about demographic change, because demographic change alters the way that a country's run. It alters people's everyday lives, so God forbid somebody be concerned about that. Or just pretend to... I have no problem if someone's a Muslim, by the way. I just think they should be living in a Muslim country. I'd even get along with a Muslim, put it that way. I've nothing against somebody being a Muslim. Just not in England. That's not controversial. People say it's controversial because everyone's absolutely bloody... There's a term... I would use a term, but I'd get... I might even get age restricted anyway. Mind roped, we guess, but replace the O with an A. Welcome if you just joined us. See, lots of people would consider what I'm talking about controversial, and it's something like, oh, you can't say that, you can't say that. Don't care. Don't care. Anyway, you get what I'm saying. Shout out to Sneeko. Divide and conquer. The thing is, the division's always going to be there. I mean, creating a multi-ethnic society, multicultural society, is in itself divisive. These people aren't going to get along with each one another. They're always going to have differences. I actually think it's quite immoral. Because what's going to happen is you'll get people that will just eventually. Okay, put it this way: people aren't concerned enough with intermingling. The problem with that is eventually you'll get so much racial mixing happening that all of these different groups will just cease to exist, and worldwide everyone will just be mixed race. So then you won't get all these different ethnic groups around the world. You know, all these ethnic groups that make humanity what humanity is. All gone. All gone. Do you want to live in a world where everyone's the same as each one another? No, I don't. So I don't want to create multi-ethnic societies. I don't want to create multicultural societies. I don't want that anywhere. I don't want that in England. I don't want that in India. I don't want that in Pakistan. I don't want that in China. I don't want that anywhere. What good does that create? People say that's hypocritical because, as an Englishman, our ancestors went to places like Australia, Rhodesia, which is now Zimbabwe, and created these civilizations. But because they created these civilizations, then, come on, kind of got a right to live there, haven't they? I mean, the Aboriginals, I think you'll get lots of Aboriginals that are thankful for the Australians being there, or for us going over there, because, you know, look at all the things they get to enjoy now. Anyway. You'd prefer a high-trust society, a homogenous one, says Rowit. Like I said, I'm not bothered where anybody can come and watch my live stream. I'm not going to dislike somebody just because of where they come from. That's ridiculous. I'm not going to dislike somebody because of what they look like. It's ridiculous. Do I think England should be England? Yeah. Do I think English people should live in England? Yeah. I think English people should get displaced. No. Displaced, sorry. No. Is there immorality to multiculturalism and creating a multi-ethnic society? Yes. There is. It won't be some sort of... Well, you say civil war. Civil war, it's not... It's not like it is a civil war. People always say this civil war stuff. It's like... You won't necessarily get English people fighting other English people. When I think of civil wars, you think of like... It's not going to be some like War of the Roses sort of thing, is it? Lancashire versus Yorkshire. It's not going to be something like that. And all these like... You've got to say to people, you do realise how many, so like, you know, young men, like 20 to 30 year olds, you know, young British men are outnumbered in their own country in the 20 to 30 year old demographics. You do know that, don't you? Because we've got millions of these asylum seekers, not really asylum seekers. The overwhelming majority, and we're talking about probably like 99% of them, if not higher than 99% of them, are men. And they're all young men. And we've got millions of them. Okay, maybe some of them may be in the 30s now. Okay, because they'll be in here a few years. But, God, it's just ridiculous, isn't it? Absolutely ridiculous. And this is it. You can't even talk about this sort of thing because... People have been, like I said earlier, I used the term mind roped, but replace the O with an A. You know, the system does the thinking for them. The system does the thinking for them. So they'll come out and just say, "Oh, you're a white supremacist." What? What? I've not even mentioned anything of the sort. It's like, who are these? Well, yeah, who even are you? Just a robot at the end of the day. An NPC. It's just all mental, isn't it? It's just all mental when you think about it. And then you've got... You had everybody... This makes me laugh. This makes me laugh. So we had... What's his name the other week? Jim Ratcliffe come out and say we've been colonised by immigrants. Not incorrect. Quite a blunt way to put it, but not incorrect. And then we've got the Green Party doing election campaigns, well, a by-election campaign in multiple different foreign languages. So, why are these? If these people can't even speak English, why? How can they even vote? Why are we letting them vote if they can't even speak English? Like, they've got no chance of integrating if they can't speak English. No chance. They can't integrate anyway because there's fundamental differences between us. Like, we've got different instincts, different behaviours, different everything. We're just different to each one another. And we should probably live in different countries to each one another, and that's how it's always ever been. Always how it's ever been. It's tried and tested, isn't it? Tried and tested. And, yeah, it's just bizarre, isn't it? Letting people vote in elections that can't even speak English. It's going to go well, isn't it? It's going to go well. High trust versus low trust. You can have high trust versus low trust societies even in an homogenous country. There's many of more English areas that aren't necessarily good places to live because these places have been destroyed, really. So you think of London. London used to be like an industrial city. Now it's like a financial city, isn't it? So you had all these other cities across the countries and towns that were like more industrial, and the industries got moved abroad. So obviously all the workers in these industries, tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of jobs in these cities, in each city, just got moved abroad. And this happened ages ago. This is in like the 1900s, throughout the latter end of the 1900s. Like round here, for example, you had lots of coal mines. And people used to work in coal mines, and then you add these textile industries also. But these coal mines got shut down, these textile industries got shut down, moved elsewhere, probably moved abroad. Not saying that we don't still have the odd few, but nothing like what we used to have. And these towns and cities never were allowed to transition like how London transitioned from an industrial city to more of a financial city. So all of these places just got left behind. That process just halted. And then you've got all these places now that just suffer the consequences of that because it's run down. People aren't employed. And then it's like people, especially this day and age, because people got failed by the system. And then they had kids and they got failed by the parents. It's kind of like you can't really blame some of them for how they are because they had no chance from day dot. Anyway. So high trust versus low trust isn't necessarily down to an homogenous society. That's what I'm trying to say. So some old clips of London, yeah, but old clips of London, it's just like a... I wouldn't say foreign country. Being an Englishman, seeing old clips of London, it's kind of like... It's kind of like you've been born in the wrong time. I don't think I've been born in the wrong time. I don't see it like that. But when you see clips like that, you do feel like that sort of way. There's familiarity there that is just... I feel like I'm more familiar with those times, even though I wasn't... You know, I was born well after. Experienced nothing like that, but it's more familiar to me than what London is today. Put it that way. Put it that way. I'm not really bothered about talking about Muslims, to be honest. It's just, like, Muslims should live in Muslim countries. Sprinter. I could not, like, all these people talk about Islam. I'm not bothered. If you want to be a Muslim, fair enough. If you're Muslim, I'll even get along with Muslims, but they should be living in Muslim countries. Some of them will interpret that as if, oh, I think England should become a Muslim country. No, they should go and live in a Muslim country. You should go back to wherever your ancestors came from. In England, it's Pakistan, isn't it? So, welcome if you just joined us. Appreciate it. You'll probably get the odd person that's clicked on the stream and they're frothing at the mouth. Well, probably not. They'll probably call me a racist. It's just, okay, whatever. Whatever I've said that's racist. You know, where's the racial discrimination? Whatever. I'm not one of these that's like, oh, I'm not a racist. Oh, I've got all these foreign... I think that's pathetic. It's meaningless, isn't it? It's meaningless. Let's act like it's meaningless rather than just trying to prove people wrong when they are wrong anyway. You don't even have to prove them wrong. It's all laughable, isn't it, really? When you really deep it, and you really think it. People get good jobs in the UK. Not like... I've seen better times. Like I said, like a lot of these industries moved abroad, so... I know for a fact lots more people would be employed around where I am if they still had like coal mining industries, put it that way. I feel like half the problem is education as well, because people go to school and learn shit they don't want to learn. It's like they're being failed before they've even really had a chance to get going, and then they can't get better jobs because they've not got qualifications. But they've not got qualifications because they just never gave a shit about English. Never gave a shit about English. Just because they've not passed an English exam doesn't mean they can't, you know, it doesn't mean they're retarded. It just means they weren't bothered about English. Okay, some of them will be. The odd one will be, but... You can't get English students to give a shit about subjects they don't give a shit about. Especially when the teaching's not great, by the way. The teaching's not great. I'll tell you this. In fact, we've all been to school, haven't we? You enjoy things more when you've got a better teacher. And, like, there's not enough good teachers. There just isn't. There's not enough good teachers. You do better if you've got a better teacher. You find it more interesting if you've got a better teacher. All the teachers are shit. Well, the majority of them are shit. No, America's not great at the minute. Racist, yeah. Well, it makes you laugh when they're going about systematic racism. Is it? Systematic racism, yeah, against me. Like I said, everything's upside down. Back to front. Everything's inversed. Like I said, I wouldn't... For what's happening in England, I wouldn't wish on any other country, any other ethnic group. It's just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And then you've got all these people that are absolutely... mind roped. There's no other way to put it. Replace the O with an A. They just hate themselves, hate the country. Well, they've been led to do it, haven't they? Because they're not free thinkers, they're just controlled. They'll call people out like myself as being some sort of racist. It's ridiculous. I used to say stuff like this as well. I've always been like this. I used to say the odd thing at school, like, we shouldn't have all of these immigrants coming over because it's just completely altering the country. And this was like over 10 years ago. Because we had problems back then, you know, with like a lack of housing and stuff like that, and the NHS. That's another thing as well, you know. So the NHS, if you're not aware of this, the NHS is state funded. It comes from taxes, okay. And what they do is, if you've ever been to like doctors or an hospital, I imagine it's the same in a foreign country, where they've got posters on the wall and everything like that. They have posters on the wall, you know, for like stopping smoking and just stuff like that. Anything that you can think of that would be on the wall of a, and it's a poster at a doctor's or an hospital. They have it in multiple different languages. They had it in English, Polish, another Eastern European language that I didn't know, Urdu, Hindu, whatever the speak. What's the language called in the Philippines or something like that? They had that on it. I was like, why have we got all these languages on here? Why are we basically providing healthcare for the entire world? Why should the English be used to provide healthcare for everyone? You just come to England. You can have healthcare on us. Really good. Really good. State-funded healthcare. Coming from taxes. Paid for by English people. Well, British people. For everyone, for the world. I'm not saying there isn't foreigners that are also paying into it, but it's predominantly the English, isn't it? And I'm sorry, if you're having to speak a foreign language, then how are you working? If you can't speak English, how are you working here? So these people probably haven't got a job. Yeah, we're paying for their healthcare. It's just, why are you here? Why are we doing this? It's all ridiculous. And then it's like, well, you're racist. You're a white supremacist. Am I? It's just mental, isn't it? Nepotism's people looking out for their own people, isn't it? I wouldn't necessarily say that's nepotism. Oh, you're on about Japan for the Japanese. That's only instinctual though, isn't it? To have a preference for your own group of people. It's only natural. It's instinctual. But yeah, it's the same for all the countries, Rowitz. It's the same for them all. And by the way, I'm by no means a civic nationalist. If you think I'm a civic nationalist, I'm not a civic nationalist. I can tell you that. I'm not saying you can't get along with different groups of people, you can. I just don't think, look, having a multicultural and multi-ethnic society is just, no. It's immoral. No good comes from it. It's naturally divisive. Naturally divisive. And now it's proven to be the case, by the way. At the minute, you get them all to a degree. Okay, so you get all these different ethnic groups in England that don't really like each one another, but they've got a sense of unity at the minute because it's they want to exploit it as much as possible, basically. So some of them all put aside differences. It's like the Green Party. You've got the Green Party is led by a gay Jewish man, and it's like chairman, the second-hand man, is a Muslim. And he's a Pakistani Muslim, so he's not like he's a moderate one. And he's running the Green Party, which was for climate change, with a gay Jewish man. It's just, you get all these weird collaborations happening, and it's just like, okay, when everything topples over, you're not going to have these people getting along with each one another, are you? It's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen. TV insurance, you're on about the TV license. The TV license, you pay for the TV license if you've got a TV, and it's to fund the BBC. And nobody wants to fund the BBC because of things like Jimmy Savile. Plus, it's just shit anyway. They're just shit. It's just shit. I don't like. Piss off. I don't have a TV. I don't use it. I'd rather not. Put it this way. I'd rather not have a TV. And not pay for it. Welcome if you just joined us, by the way. But it's all a bit of a hot topic at the minute in England because we've had a fair few things that have happened over the course of the last few years, and then we've had some things that have changed politically more recently, whether this is coming from new political parties, these by-elections, age verification, and all this other draconian stuff, yeah. We're eventually going to have a discussion like this anyway, it's just inevitable. I actually don't mind having discussions like this. I think it turns some people off because it makes them depressed, and it's like, what? I don't necessarily think it's depressing. I feel like it's a conversation you need to have. Gives people reassurance, a sense of belonging. They don't feel like they're on their own thinking about things. You know what I mean? Makes me depressed. So that's one thing I just find bizarre. I don't want to talk about this, it makes me depressed. Oh, it's sad, innit? Yeah. Right, but what we're going to do about having conversations, and this is the thing, it's like, I have conversations to people, it's like, yeah, but what can we do about it? We can't do anything, can we? It's like, listen, everything stems from a conversation. If you articulate yourself and put good things forward, and you say it in such a way people understand, they'll say it to other people, and then before you know it, just by talking to one person and they've talked to another person, you've potentially changed the course of the entire country. I'm not saying I've done that myself, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that. But word gets about, and people need to have these conversations, so yeah. Yeah, he is a fruitcake. I mean, look at the way he runs. How can you trust anyone that runs like that, by the way? I have a hard time. I have a hard time trusting people that can't walk with the feet facing forward. Because some people, you might even do it yourself. You need to stop doing it, by the way. Some people walk with the feet out to the side. Like the foot's not facing forward whilst they're walking. It's out to the side. He walks like it, Andrew Tate. That's why it looks a bit weird when he walks. His feet go out to the side. But yeah, what I'm saying is sometimes you've got to play chess with it though. You need the Green Party to get in to make people realise how much has changed, you know, when they're doing bloody by-election campaigns in multiple different languages. Then, God... yeah, get in. I think the woman's stupid. I'd love to see her in there. Get her in. Let her do her silly speeches. I think they're all stupid, by the way. It's not just her. I don't like any of them. But she's like on another level, isn't she? It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. Get him in. Get him in. I think the more that changes in the shorter amount of time, the more people realise what's going on, and the better. The better. It may seem counterintuitive or against our interests, but if it means pushing people on side, then... yeah, because these are people that just wouldn't have been on your side because things have changed too slowly over time for them to have noticed. But if obviously it's a quick change over a short period of time, then more people are going to notice. It's going to be more of a concern to them because it hasn't become normal. But yeah. And then you get all these people saying we need them for the economy and all this other bullshit. It's like, why do you give a shit about human constructs? Why? Well, human constructs come and go. They can be changed, can be altered. They're a construct. That's not the case for us, is it? It's just not the case. What happens to us happens to us. It can't be undone. well, it can be too late to be undone, put it that way. It can be irreversible. It's not got to that point, has it? But passes on time, this, doesn't it? Passes on time. Shout out to the people that are watching that don't agree or do agree. Appreciate it. I get why people wouldn't necessarily want to talk about this because it can ruin people's lives, put it that way. That's not even being dramatic. Like, people lose their jobs and stuff like that over the like slightest little thing. And I just think, what's the point? What's the point? Why should you be afraid of that at this point? You just shouldn't be. Maybe these people come around to it over time. As far as I'm concerned, it's like it's kind of like we've got to the point where everyone should just quit the job if you're English. Let them pay for you. And once everything's sorted out, everyone will happily just go back to work. Been trying to find Michael's car for the past 2 days. Where's its spawn location at? Is it not on a website? I'm sure that thing got added to the website. Let them pay for you. Well, it's that sort of thing, Rohit. It would sort a lot of things out. Even if it's just only the ones that are concerned about that sort of thing, you know, it's not everyone. It'll just collapse in on itself, and then something will have to be changed. Because you wouldn't be able to fund that much people. Anyway, this thing's not out yet. It's been out. That's why people may be watching it. This thing isn't out yet. I've got it early. It's going to come out in about 43 minutes. Roughly. So yeah, welcome if you just joined us. Slowed down massively by the bush. He was looking forward to this vehicle, by the way. It's probably got the most customization out of every other vehicle that we got in this update. And this has probably got the most customization out of lots of vehicles in the game anyway. It's one of the most highly customizable vehicles in the game. With some of the most wacky customizations on it. But wacky in a good way, because it's like a charming way in a way. Because it's you can make it like a racing truck, can't you, with brands that you're familiar with in GTA. It's quite good what they've done with it, in fact. It's like one of those vehicles you didn't necessarily expect them to add in, but they've added it in, and they've done a good job with it also. And the only thing with it is in utility. Look, at the bottom, you see that? I think it's a bit too good for utility. Utility's always been a bit of a weird class anyway, but this thing in utility... I guess it's not going to be in anything else. I guess it could have been in vans. Could have been in vans. Skip these adverts, they're so loud, man. I'm just trying to see. I'm going to save this image. So this is from CGH channel on Twitter. But I'm just going to share you this image so then you can see what you can do with the customization. So this is mine, yeah? I've got a video for the customization, in fact, but I'm going to customize it another one when it comes out, so we'll save that for then. But this is it. This is what you can do to it. So you can kind of make them like racing trucks with different brands from within GTA. This is a sprunk one. And there's all sorts that you can do to it. There's more that you can do than this. There's loads of things that you can do to it. Loads of things. So this one in game, I've kind of just made it look clean, haven't I? There's no branding on it. I'll buy another, and we'll make something else. Oh, man, without a doubt, this is going to be in Forza Horizon 6. Like, it can't be. Whether or not it's going to be a day one thing or like a pre-order thing, who knows? But they can't add. Well, they can't have a Forza Horizon game in Japan and not add something like this. They know people would be expecting to see this sort of thing in it. And with it being a car game, then I can't see them not doing it. No, it's not out yet, Sprinter. The tunables haven't updated. No, I've not seen anything just yet. I just checked again. Are you online, Street? Street is online. You know, I'll invite RedLester this week, see if he's going to join. I might already have it on speakers. Yeah, I have. Just always forget to change it. It's still mental what happened with RedLester that time, by the way. I can believe it, but I can't believe it. You know what I mean? I killed Street more than him as well. And it's not like we didn't have 2 rounds for him to play around with all the things in the modes. I don't think he was happy because it sent like to him. Like we weren't letting them win. Like I wasn't letting them win, but I was letting them win. We had to play because the mode was broke. The mode was broke, so we had to play an extra round. And the only way for them to win would have been to successfully defend against us. So I said, what we'll do is we'll play the last round, just shoot each one another just to pass time on, and not actually play the objective. So they'll inevitably win anyway because we've not played the objective. So they'll win the game and get the weekly reward, weekly challenge done. And God knows why he left, why he got upset about that. I have no idea.
There we go.
If he'd have joined, I would have asked him, but I think he thinks I've got some sort of agenda against him. Yeah, I have RedLester. I have RedLester. I've got an agenda against Street as well. Yeah, Street.
Yeah, on me.
Yeah, I can hear it. You looking forward to the Keitora coming out?
Yep.
Sprinter says he used to drive a Bedford Rascal a few years ago. What colour car would you like to see in Forza Horizon 6? What colour car?
What? God.
All sorts of colours. All sorts of colours.
Yeah. Well, no, the truck that you drive around, though, they are adding it to I think it is a drivable car. I think I've seen the photo of another variant.
Well, it's like an NPC car, isn't it? I've seen an NPC car.
Yeah, but I think
is it confirmed to be drivable?
I've seen a screenshot. I don't know the stock version, but I have seen like a highly customized version.
It says Chevrolet Nova 1968.
Because I've seen like a
Well, it might be drivable then. If there's
Elite,
customization for it, then it should be. I kind of, you know, it's the GRGT, isn't it? I hope they add that into this game, into GTA. If we get another update, GRGT. It's an NPC one and a hill climb one for one of the packs. Those packs on Horizon, I don't know whether to get one, you know. I think they're ridiculous. The price of them for what they are. It's like there's a pack on Forza Horizon 5, isn't there? And it's full of GT3 cars. You know which one I'm on about?
Yeah.
And I do like GT3 cars. It's just tempting. It's like, no, I don't need it, do I? Don't need it. But I think it's shit, because you can spend all this money on the premium stuff, and then they add all these other things on top that's not included in premium. All these additional car packs years later. I just hope there's enough content in the game that's worthwhile playing. Like what we had a discussion on the other week. If there's some sort of ranked mode for racing, then yeah, I think that'd be pretty good. You know, like in Horizon 4. Just what is there to do? And I don't want it to get. I just don't want it to get to a point where, yeah, you've done the progression with the wristband things, and you've ended up getting all these cars, and there's just nothing to do. Nothing to do. I don't think there should be. There should be progression there. Don't get me wrong. But there should be a good amount of progression, and then there should be something to do after you've progressed through the game entirely. And something like an online ranked mode would be suffice. So. See the Mad Yakuza cars in GTA or Forza Horizon 6? I'm not seeing those. Guys, welcome if you've just joined us. In about 30 minutes time we'll get this vehicle in the game. It's not actually released just yet. But it will be coming out. 810,000, so just... If you can't see it in the game and I've got it, that is why. I got this through a gift card to friends, and people get it early because the cards get brought over from PlayStation. I think they have some sort of tool on PS4 where they can put them onto accounts, and then they get transferred over to Xbox and PlayStation 5. Bidog Gamer, welcome. Welcome. So, yeah. And then you can get the car through gift card to friends. And that's how people get them early. Just in case you were wondering. So yeah, if you just joined us, this is probably one of the most interesting vehicles that we've had in the entire update. And thankfully, it's coming out for everyone in one go. Not just this, by the way. We're also getting 4 drift upgrades. 4 drift upgrades. So on this new one that I'll buy, I'll put the drift upgrade on that because this thing's getting a drift upgrade. I know it seems weird that this thing's getting a drift upgrade, but it is. The RT3000, Dominator GT, and the Sentinel XS, those are the other 3 vehicles getting a drift upgrade. So yeah, you've 100 mil in game, nothing to buy. You need money in real world. Imagine if you earn money in real life. Well, your money would become irrelevant, wouldn't it? Because it just wouldn't. 400 million wouldn't be 400 million. It'd be like £40. We're getting more missions for Michael. Well, that's it. Nah, there's nothing else. Unless there's going to be another update at some point in the summer. Unless that's going to be the case, but no idea. People reckon there's going to be some sort of secret update, like a finale update, and people think there's going to be another heist, and it's just... Why an heist? Like, people are just saying it to be... just to grab people's attention, just to be dramatic. Just for clicks, aren't they? I don't see... like, if we're going to sit down and approach it logically, why would they add an heist in for the last 3 months of the game? It's a bit more than 3 months. It's like 5 months, but why? Why develop an heist? Something content as substantial as that for 5 months.
I just went on YouTube and I found that because it's a YouTube short. Yeah, I found that little K truck, like fully modified. It's like a time attack K truck.
What is this? Forza Horizon 6?
Yeah. There's like the actual in-game, like picture of the car.
It looks like a Forza edition car or something.
Well, I think there's like a time attack.
Yeah, that looks like it's in the car pack that you get for the pre-order.
Yeah, that time attack car pack, I think it's called.
I'll screenshot it and put it on stream.
Yeah. Because I thought it was the Honda, that was the Mitsubishi.
Right, this is Forza Horizon 6, not GTA. So yeah, I wonder how good that's going to handle. I wonder what the performance is going to be like. I bet it's going to be something like S2. Saying that, S2 is now R-Class and S1 is just going to be S. But R-Class used to be a thing on old Forza games.
Yeah.
So they're bringing back R-Class, but R-Class never really went away because R-Class just became S2. And I'm pretty sure R-Class was always there in the background, but they just renamed it to S2. Probably in the game file somewhere, it is still R-Class. And they're probably only bringing back R-Class because they've got rid of Motorsport. Something weird like that. So we're bringing back R-Class, which is... I don't see why they change it from S1 and S2, since people have got familiar with that in Forza Horizon now. Baron says that it's nice.
I think
You're dragging this update little by little. I don't mind them dragging out updates.
Vehicle, I think it was
I don't mind them dragging out these updates. There's always something to look forward to, isn't there? That's why. I can't remember now. If they release everything in one go, you're not going to get anything for 6 months. Never used to be as bad, you know, we never used to get drip feed content because we used to get things more frequently because they did smaller but more frequent updates, so there was less time to wait until you actually did get something. Whereas now, because they're only every 6 months, you get 2 a year. If everything got released in one go and you burn through them all really quickly, then there would be nothing to look forward to. Nothing to look forward to. So I don't actually mind them dragging things out a little bit, just because there's always something to look forward to, I guess. The updates could be better saying that. I think it's the fact that we've not really they're dragging the update out, and there's not really that much content to drag out, like less than other updates that we've had since getting 2 updates a year. So yeah, hopefully the game's good straight. Forza Horizon 6. I just hope that there's more things to do on it. Like my favourite thing to do on Forza Horizon 5 was just to paint the cars and make vinyl groups. And that's it. That's it. I don't think the map's that good. I don't think nothing else is particularly that good. It doesn't do anything better than any other Horizon game. I think 4 was a better game. We'll have to wait and see. The one thing I find weird is that area that you build yourself and everybody can go there. The prefab stuff and the props that you put down don't really look that good in the lighting for Forza. It just looks like it's been placed there, and you can tell it's been placed there, and you can tell it's something that somebody's made. So, plus people aren't going to give a shit about it. No, like, let's face it, most people are going to put, what, a few trees down? Maybe put the odd building down and just leave it, so everybody's own area is going to look shit. What was the point in doing that? Cool for the people that are going to properly utilise it and make something cool with it, but people aren't going to spend time making stuff like that, are they? Like 4 is a copy and paste from 5. We just added voice actors and our characters. 4's the better game. Might be a bit biased because it's in Britain, but there's a vibe. Okay, so you've got Forza Horizon 2 and Forza Horizon 4 that have got very different vibes to things like, even, I guess Forza Horizon 3 to a degree. Forza Horizon 3 is more like Forza Horizon 5 in a way, with its vibe. Maybe because it's just the map. It's quite similar maps, actually, thinking about it, apart from Australia was a bit more modern, slightly more diverse. But Forza Horizon 2 and Forza Horizon 4 had a vibe to it just unmatched by any of the other games, and it's just, I think it was largely down to the map. There wasn't a lot of diversity in Horizon 2's map, was there? But the vibe that the map had going for it was really good. And I feel like Horizon 4 kind of took that and turned it up a level. There were more biomes in the game. I don't think people think there's more biomes in the game because it's not like as stark as going from a jungle to a desert to a snow area. It's not like that, is it? It's like the biomes seemingly blend into each one another, and I think people are driving through these biomes not even realising the biomes changing. But it amplified it with the seasons. The seasons really did a lot. You know, you went for spring, summer, autumn, winter, all different. The map looked different for all of those different seasons, and it helped enhance that vibe that you got with Horizon 2. I know southern France and northern Italy is not Britain, is it? But they had that same sort of charm going for it, and that charm was just not there in Horizon 5. There was just, I can't appreciate that map at all. I think it's shit. I don't want to go to Mexico because of that map. I don't want to go there. They could have took piss in Miramar. They could have took Miramar from PUBG and just put that into Forza. And that would have been a better map for Forza Horizon 5 than the map that they made. Miramar. Miramar from PUBG in Forza would have been a better map. I'm not even joking. Is Miramar bigger than Forza Horizon 5's map? How big is Forza Horizon 5's map? Forza Horizon 5 map size. It's only giving it me in square kilometers. I want it by, like 8x8. Miramar's 8x8. Have a look. I'll just type in not square kilometers. It might tell me. No. I wouldn't even know what to type in to find that. Put it this way, it's about 107 to 128 kilometers squared. Let's go with 120. So I don't think it's his. Well, Miramar's not as big, put it that way. It's kilometres squared. That would be 64 kilometres squared. Some people think Crew Motorfest is better than Forza. I've never played Crew Motorfest. I'll never play the Crew because the handling looks shit. And if the handling's not as good as Forza, it's automatically inferior. Don't care what other content it offers. If the driving physics aren't as good as Forza, or better than Forza, it's irrelevant to me. Irrelevant. All we've done in this stream is drive around in free roam. Because I've done the bloody career progress stuff. I've done this for a few weeks now. I've completed it for a few weeks, haven't I? But God, remember I'm just loading up streams, doing the bloody missions. Don't get me wrong, I don't think they're as bad as some of the other ones that we've had, but God. I wouldn't sit there and play them because they're not rewarding enough, and I think they take up too much of your time also. So, I actually don't mind the finale. I don't mind the finale. But Forza Horizon 6, it's probably because it's coming out before GTA 6, but I'm looking a lot. Well, in fact, we know more about it, don't we? We've seen a lot more for Forza Horizon 6. The reason why I'm not looking forward to GTA 6 is because what is it to look forward to? Okay, they gave us 2 trailers. Right, the game looks better than GTA 5. That was a given. We got some insight to what the story is going to be like and the story characters. Other than that, is there anything to look forward to? What gameplay enhancements are they making? What is there to look forward to? You know, we've not got that. We've not had that trailer yet. That's made you really think, yeah, this is an amazing game. Will we get that trailer? That's the question. We haven't really had that with Forza Horizon 6, but it was very insightful. It was more insightful than the stuff that we've had for GTA. So yeah. I'm looking forward to Forza Horizon 6 more than GTA 6. Which, it's funny that we've got to Forza Horizon 6 because when this game released, when GTA 5 released, Forza Horizon 1 was the latest Forza game out, and Forza Horizon 6 is coming out before GTA 6. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. 26th of May, no, it got delayed, didn't it? It's 19th of November. What's this? Playlist on what? Story mode on what? Crew Motorfest. I was a bit disappointed with... Look, Test Drive Unlimited was a really good game. Not the new one. I've not played the new one. Things like Test Drive Unlimited, I'm telling you, if they just re-released the exact same game but made enhancements, better frame rate, better resolution, better anti-aliasing, things like that, they don't even have to remaster the graphics, just release the same game just with those enhancements. People would buy it. Street would buy it. Wouldn't you, Street? I don't know if Street played the original Test Drives. If they brought out the original Test Drives again, but they didn't necessarily remaster the graphics, they just made they improve the resolution, improve the frame rates, improve the anti-aliasing, things like that. If it was the exact same game, but just those enhancements.
I played Unlimited, Test Drive Limited.
Yeah, miles better than the new ones. Yeah, Shadow.
Never played the second. I pretty much played Test Drive Unlimited and obviously the new one, which is meh.
Well, the thing is with the original two, lots of people played the second one that didn't play the first one, and everybody that played the first one used to swear that the first one was better than the second one, and I mean everybody. The first one did have something going for it that the second one didn't. I remember I never really played it that much, the second one. When did Test Drive Unlimited 2 come out? Limited to release date 2011. Yeah, that's about right from what I remember.
Mm-hmm.
When did the first one come out? It's like 2006 or something like that, isn't it?
6
Yeah,
or
it's
7?
2006, yeah.
2006.
I was 7 or 8 playing that game. I really enjoyed it. There's just something about it at the time that
Hmm.
kind of, it felt like it had its own thing going for it. I'm telling you, it's an influential game. Without that, without Test Drive Unlimited, you wouldn't have had Forza Horizon, by the way.
Hmm.
Like, there's more inspirations taken from Test Drive Unlimited than something like a Need for Speed. It's pointless making a Need for Speed because Need for Speed's always going to be Need for Speed. If you're trying to make a Need for Speed, then your game's not going to succeed. Because Need for Speed is just going to do what that game's done, but better. I mean, it's just going to be like how people have tried these Halo and Call of Duty killers. Need for Speed killers. They used to do them, in fact, didn't they? And they never did that well. I actually think Forza could do. That's what they should do. They should bring out Forza Horizon. Now they've got rid of Motorsport. Do something like where you've only got a smaller car selection, but it's more like a Need for Speed Underground sort of thing. Like there's only 50 cars in the game, but they're all highly customizable. Highly customizable. Maybe the map's not as big, but it's tighter, more action-packed, something like that. Give Need for Speed a run for its money. Of course, I'd play it over Need for Speed, because the reason why I don't play Need for Speed is just I don't like the handling physics. Yeah, it was. Shadow was a bit of ahead of its time. The stories on Need for Speed's just always been shit. If you play Need for Speed for the story, then I admire you. I admire you. I wish I was as simple as you. Not saying they're all bad. It's just you don't buy Need for Speed for the story. And if there was just no story in it, people wouldn't care, would they? They like earning money and buying and customizing the cars. That's why people play Need for Speed. And doing cop chases. But yeah, TDU 1's better than TDU 2. Need for Speed used to be good. They need to re-release some of the old Need for Speed games because we've got to a point now where it's just all these new games that come out aren't as good as the old games, and I'm telling you there's money to be made for them by re-releasing these old games. You don't have to go through the effort of remastering them all. You don't have to do the graphics. Give us these enhancements. Port them onto new consoles and that's it. People will buy Most Wanted 2005. People will buy Underground 2. People will buy Test Drive Unlimited 1. I'd happily spend £30 on an Underground 2. I'm not even joking. I'd buy that for £30. I'd be like, all right, considering inflation, everything like that. Yeah, £30, I'll pay for it. Why not? Should it be £30, £20 would probably be more reasonable, wouldn't it? But £30, I think they'll be happy with that. I'd buy it for £30, so yeah. It's a more realistic price tag they'd give it. You play it because he's trying to see where it's going, but it was still bad. But Need for Speed Heat was pretty good. I've not played Need for Speed in ages, so I can't really comment on things like Need for Speed stories and stuff. But no, the old ones were just... As a kid, I never paid attention to the stories. And I can't remember the stories now as an adult, so...
I just care about the car customization. That's all I really care about.
Yeah, that was it. Just getting the cars. I'm one of those, though. Look, I don't think Most Wanted's that good. Carbon's better than Most Wanted. Underground 2 is
Yeah.
better than Most Wanted. I think lots of people like Most Wanted because that was the first Need for Speed game.
Like me. That was the first
Yeah,
one I played.
it's kind of got like a Black Ops 2 effect to it, where like lots of people like Black Ops 2 because it was the first COD game. I'm not saying Black Ops 2 is a bad game. Yeah, I get why it may be people's favorite games, but I kind of feel like it's the favorite COD game for lots of people because it was the first game that they played. And Need for Speed's kind of that, but for Need for Speed, not Call of Duty. That happened later with Call of Duty because that kind of happened with the online explosion when lots of people first got online 2012 2014. First Call of Duty they picked up, plus lots of, well, not even younger Gen Z, even people my age, like probably lots of people my age first got into online gaming then because parents let them get a console at like what, 12 13 years old, 12 13 14. Because the mates did at school or something like that. Saying that, I do remember in primary school lots of people getting a 360 when Modern Warfare 2 was out, so that was kind of... Modern Warfare 2, by the way. That's a go to the game. They really should have fixed the game, though, with all the bloody slight flaws that it's got, and it would have been a really good game. Really good game, like one-man army, one-man army, just get rid of the noob tube. Yeah, the customization was great. In Midnight Club. I think I had a Midnight Club game on the PSP. Remember the PSP?
Mm-hmm.
See, the thing is with me, it's kind of hard to look at some of the games in the way that some other people do because I've been playing games since I was in nursery, so... Like, the first shooting game I really enjoyed playing was Halo Combat Evolved, so I just feel like there is next to no one my age that likes Halo Combat Evolved the way that I like Halo Combat Evolved. What were you going to say, Street?
I was gonna say with like talking about Need for Speed, like with the undergrounds, because I never played them. Even if they done a remaster and you could buy 2 games in like one bundle, I'll happily buy that.
Yeah. I don't think the first one's as good as the second one, though.
Yeah.
Well, saying that, I've only ever played the first one. It's not on... Is it on Xbox? Was it ever on Xbox? I'm not sure. I've never played the first one on Xbox, put it that way, and then on other platforms it was always like hold the button to accelerate and it just never felt right. I'm not playing Mario Kart, I'm playing Need for Speed. I need the trigger for the acceleration. Pro Streets, says Rowit.
Oh.
Pro
Yeah,
Street,
Street's like
Pro
that
Street.
festival.
People didn't like Pro Street, but Pro Street is a good game. People didn't like Pro Street because it's not open world, but no, Pro Street, probably the best sense of speed in any Need for Speed game. The best racing in any Need for Speed game as well. Like, that was just a really good game. I used to like doing, the ones in the deserts.
Yeah.
They had like the
if you
races, the
crash, you
sprint races
total.
yeah. Those ones were always good. Ryan Cooper. But yeah, those races were pretty good. They need to bring them all back.
They do. They totally do.
Because the weird thing is, for me, Underground 2 is backwards compatible on the 360. But Underground 2 is not backwards compatible on the Series X. It's like, why not that game, but all of the other original Xbox games? I've no idea. It's just one of those weird things, isn't it? Wish it was backwards compatible. Nevada, that's it, the Nevada races.
Oh, just imagine them just bringing back all the old school games. Like they'll make so much money.
The would, because I feel like especially with Need for Speed, because I feel like there's an entire audience for Need for Speed that just don't play the games anymore. Like I used to play the old ones, and I'd replay the old ones again if they brought the old ones out. People are like just emulate, no. All sorts of problems with emulation. If you want to emulate the old games, it's like the PS2 versions. That's the most accessible, and like the PS2 version's crap. The A button to accelerate. No.
Yeah. The whole play like PS2. Well,
Probably
PS1,
Undercover.
PS2.
Undercover was pretty bad. I don't know why. Just never liked Undercover.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad, but I didn't really mind it. But still not my.
I never
absolute
completed it.
Favorite.
I never completed it. Because what was it? It went from Pro Street to Shift, didn't it? And then Undercover.
Oh, Shift. People hated that, and they brought out a second one.
Yeah, they did, didn't they? Need for Speed Shift 2.
Oh, who am I could better? Shift 2. It's like, no. Oh. Oh, it's like when they.
I think they've kind of tried to do that, Shadow, but the problem is that it's just so. It just still feels so far detached from what the games used to be. They should probably remaster the maps, try and keep the same sort of physics.
Yeah.
And just add in new cars. That's what they probably should do. That's what you're getting on it, but to me it kind of feels like, you know, especially with like not Most Wanted, but I nearly said Most Wanted 2015, Need for Speed 2015, they kind of went for that, didn't they? That's the only one out of all the new ones I've considered buying.
Yeah.
I don't like how
like,
it's always
night
nighttime though.
Now. Yeah. It's like, look at games now. It's like, really, it's like, oh, this is going to be a top seller. But next minute, it's like, I'd rather kick a landmine than play this game.
Yeah, the second Most Wanted was like a Burnout game there. That's the problem. Maybe back at Criterion, just nothing. Nothing that made Most Wanted was in Most Wanted 2012.
No, it's just pretty much you're just in a bone stock vehicle, no customization, just slowly working up. Like, it's like, this is weird.
This guy's gonna
like,
finally
even I can
go
believe
away.
it. It's unbelievable.
The Keitora will be coming out very shortly. In fact, only a couple of minutes now. It's probably because it's the first Need for Speed game. That's the sort of time, in fact, lots of people got into online gaming. So it might be because of that. It's got sentimental value to them, and that's it. Well, there's lots of games that, okay, I've got sentimental value towards, but there's lots like Far Cry 2. Far Cry 2 is better than the new Far Cry games. Like, all the little details in Far Cry 2. And everything that it had going for it, that's just missing in all these new Far Cry games. And the map editor and just all the things at the time. I guess this is the newness of it all as well, you know, with the online stuff and the map creator downloading maps that people have made. You know, that was the first time anybody had ever done something like that. But with that game's map editor, people can really make interesting things. It was always fun to download maps just to see what people had made. And some people... I remember playing remakes of, like, Halo maps and thinking, how have they even put this together? You know what I mean? Because it's not like it was straightforward to make stuff in Far Cry 2, because I guess it had its limitations, but people did a pretty good job with some of well, with the tools that it gave you. Even now and again, you know when they brought it back with backwards compatibility, I went on there and made a few maps. It's just, I don't know, it's just alright. Forza Motorsport, never really enjoyed it. I like Forza Motorsport, it's just, they never did a lot with it. Never did a lot with it. It never quite felt right. Yeah, I guess it's the way people drive, but it always kind of felt like people just, on Forza games, more prone to collisions. For whatever reason. I'm going to restart the game. Right, the update should be out
I'm
any moment
restarting
now.
my game.
Yeah, I'm restarting mine. Let me turn the timer off. I'd love for Gran Turismo 7 to be on Xbox, put it that way. I'm not buying a PlayStation just to play Gran Turismo. PC Gamer posting PUBG clips from 2017 as if it's new. PUBG used to be so good, didn't it? Right, let's load up GT Online again. Oh, it was Forza Horizon 4, wasn't it? Jeremy Clarkson talking about cars. Might have even been... not Forza Horizon 4. Did you say Forza? I don't even know. Forza Motorsport 4. That's what I meant to say. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because they've done away with Motorsport. I often just... It's like Motorsport doesn't exist anymore. I say Horizon. Forza Motorsport 4 and Forza Motorsport 5, I'm sure it was in those games.
Oh. With Horizon 6, I'll love to see him bring back the... Was it the mines? Like JDM cars, like the R34 and all the other vehicles.
Well, we'll see if the Keitora's out. If the Keitora's out, I'll buy another one. Weekly challenge, there it is. There it is. Started doing it on the dot now, haven't they? It might even be a bit early. It's not legendary motorsport. There it is, the Keitora. Buy it in white. A bit plain, and then we'll do whatever. Right, we'll just send it to that mansion. Right, so we've got some new drift upgrades, and we'll probably just do the drift races in the stock drift vehicles rather than just changing the cars that I've already got, because drift upgrade's a drift upgrade. That's the HSW list. So the RT3000, the Keitora, I'll put the drift upgrade on it. The Dominator GT and the Sentinel XS, they're new. New drift upgrades. Go check them out.
So there is new drift upgrades.
Yeah, these four here at the bottom.
Oh, yep.
Return that one to storage. Right, that's a prize ride. What is it? What is the prize ride challenge? It's top 3, 4 days in a row. The FR36, I think. I think that's its name. Drift Fulton's back again for free.
I'm Johnny on the spot. I'll hook you up.
It's the one at the top. It's the one at the top. And I know it is. I know it's the one at the top. Let me just record this, just in case. Oh, I don't want to do that.
Hey, what's it gonna be?
Right, so the Keitora. It looks very standard, doesn't it? Right, I'm going to put the drift upgrade on because the drift upgrade is new to this vehicle. I say new to this vehicle. The vehicle's only just released, but you could get this car early, but you couldn't get it early with the drift upgrade. So there you go. Drift upgrade.
I don't even think that kit's legal.
So yeah, there's lots of different things that you can do to this. So a lot of the front bumper stuff's very similar, but it's the other stuff that's quite dramatic. Now, I kind of want to go back to these options up here because I'm not exactly sure
I'll jump in the next race.
as to what I'm going to go for. So I'm actually going to start off with liveries. So we've got Flint Tools. You'll see why I'm starting off with liveries. Sprunk, Atomic, Shitzu Street Style, Just Like New, Creep from the Death, Street Defense, Street Dent, sorry, Blossom, Turtle Works, Redwood. Right, you'll see why I'm going to pick a livery. Let's. I know I'm going like back to front with the customization, but look at this. You've got all of these wacky things that you can do. You know, like with the atomic tire stuff and that, and the Sprunk stuff. I'm going to go with Atomic promo because it's blue and yellow. My channel colours are blue and yellow. We'll lower it.
That shit is tight.
And we'll go back to the livery. Have they got Atomic? They've got Atomic. Right, so to the customization then. So now I've done that, I can get kind of an idea as to what I'm going to go for. Can we put a spoiler on this? Or is that in truck bed? It's a shame that you can't put spoilers on it. I never noticed that the first time I customised it. Not some like weird thing with roof accessory. Oh, yes, you do have the roof accessory. I can't talk. I'm retarded. I know. Accessories. You do have those as well. It looks a bit silly putting that on with that though, doesn't it? That's for more like the cabin one. I might just go with the horns then. We'll come back to it. We'll come back to it. I want to make this look different to my other one. It's a drift upgrade. Let's.
I'm tired of winning out there. They don't call this house for nothing.
Let's put that one on, that diffuser, and let's. That's not carbon, is it? That's carbon though. Let's go with Street 1. Exhaust. Elephant exhaust. We'll go with the lower one.
This place is exactly what LS was missing. A car meet with
We'll go with the yellow caps.
You know? Love, real shit.
So you can see there's lots of different customization that you can do to it. Put the toe hook on as well.
LS custom style.
Shall we quickly do this? I feel like I'm just going to make it blue and yellow. I've not got the exact blue in the thing though, so I don't know whether to make it blue or yellow or something else that works with it. If I can find anything that works with it. Because it kind of looks alright how it is, just this, with the white.
Feeling the vibe, you know? Vroom, vroom, skirt.
Maybe if we go to metallic it may match it better. I don't think it will though. We'll have to go with yellow, haven't we? Race yellow. We'll have to go secondary, also race yellow. Let's go with matte. It doesn't look alright, does it?
Hey, player, make sure you check out my latest rides.
We'll have to go with race yellow. It's the only way it'll work. We'll put the horns on, why not? We'll put the panel with skirt on. Right, let's. I normally don't put these on, do I? But atomic, why not? Done truck bed already. Welcome if you just joined us, by the way.
You catch the new rides over at my
Forza Motorsport 4 is peak motorsport. Forza Horizon 2, Forza Horizon 4 are the best Horizons. Probably have to agree. Tyre type. Just put the i5s on. Wheel colour, what shall we go? I feel like we should do blue. Just can't really find the same sort of blue as the atomic colours there, that's a problem. Let's do that anyway. Tyre design. I might actually put atomic tyres on.
Make sure you check out my latest rides.
You'd need a rocket launcher to put a flat in those.
Blue tyre smoke. Windows, we'll leave those. Not put those on because I've got those on my other one. So this is it. This is new today, the Keitora. You can do loads of things to this with different brands from within GTA. There's a lot more customization than just this. This is just an example as to what you can do. Back asleep you go. Welcome, by the way. Right, so this has got a drift upgrade on it. The drift upgrade is... it's a bit slow. It's not the worst drift upgrade. Remember the Cheburek?
Mod that is it?
Not really. Like it's slow like the Cheburek, but I feel like it does a better job at drifting. It's all right, I guess.
Not bad.
We'll have to
selection
try.
in Simeons.
We'll have to try it in a drift race. Doesn't feel bad
really
for
good
drifting, just
selection.
slow. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking as well.
Yeah, not bad.
It could do with some
Nice
more power
cars,
going uphill.
Simeons.
Okay, I don't think it's as bad as a Cheburek, but I don't think it's far off. Okay, so to some drift races.
Oh, give me a sec.
Get into some drift races. Let's have a look. What drift races we're gonna do?
So I haven't upgraded mine to drift yet. Wanted to see what it's like without the
Oh, you might as well just use the stock one though in the drift races.
yeah.
You don't need to upgrade it to drift. Which ones were good?
Cause I just done the Sprunk promotion one advertising.
We'll do go with the flow. This is one of the ones that they added in last year. I'll invite you. Does anybody else want an invite? Let me know in the chat. Let me just quickly check something. I want to check I'm sure I uploaded a video last year. Rockstar needs to do this more often, new content. They do need to add more drift upgrades into the game, though.
Hmm.
I'm just watching the video. Hang on, let me check my chat. Watching my own bloody video rather than streaming.
Hmm.
I'm going to invite Sprint, I don't know if he wants to play. Invite to game. Invite to game. Invite RedLester. Come on, RedLester, you know you want to join, mate. Right, I don't think anybody else will be joining. Non-contact, 2 laps. Put it noon. Right, we're going to use this truck first, and then we'll do all the other ones, because why not? Non-contact, yeah, we'll do non-contact, why not? Right, custom Keitora. Right, so the other drift upgrades is the Dominator GT, the RT3000, and the Sentinel XS. Don't really need the boost for this, but got it anyway.
Jeez.
You're playing this now, it
Oh,
actually
okay,
does
yeah.
remind me of the Cheburek.
It,
It does remind me of the Cheburek a little bit. Do think it's better than it, but it's not much better than it.
Yeah. Geez, you wouldn't drift this in real life, you'll really flip it.
Wow. No way, that cost me my multiplier. It just... need more power. That's the problem. I think the drift upgrades are good, but when you get some vehicles like this that are just underpowered, I feel like I'm messing a lot of my drifts up just because I'm thinking there should be more power than what there is.
Oh, spun me up.
Precision drift, yeah. Look, I'm trying to drift and it just didn't want to turn then. And I lost it because of that. It's quite hard to keep it going, isn't it?
Yeah. It's hard to keep it going straight.
We'll do the tuner vehicle next, because the tuner vehicle might be good, you know, the RT3000. It's nowhere near that. I'll keep it going.
How's it on dirt? Not too bad. Oh, that was so close.
And I've lost all of that because it's just so underpowered. It's crap. I don't think it's as bad as the Cheburek, but it's not far off. Put it like this way, it's so underpowered, it needs more power. It's hard to keep the drifts going, and it just doesn't do what you think it's going to do. Like then,
Oh, well, did I not hit that?
let's get these precision drifts up for the points. I mean, I'm going to come last because I've just lost a load of points. Yeah, I'm going to try all the vehicles. And the Dominator GT. Those two in the Dominator GT, so don't worry. They're going to come up next. We're going to do the RT3000 next. You only tap the handbrake slightly, but if you tap the handbrake slightly, that's it.
Oh, I just saw that.
Come on, it's just so weak. This is not fun to drift, by the way.
It is
Someone
not.
just subscribed, I think. Thank you for subscribing, whoever did that.
Oh,
Don't think I heard it there.
God. Okay, I would rather kick a landmine than drive.
I've just messed
drive
up
this in a
because
drift race.
I've just been expecting it to do something that it just doesn't. That's how I've lost all my drifts. Like, you tap the handbrake slightly and that's it. Oh, not at the end. Bank the points, I'm going to say. I've lost so many points that race. Right, that is probably the worst drift upgrade out of the 4 drift upgrades that we're probably going to try out today. Yeah, it does. It just feels shit. So many points. We'll try and vote for the ones that got added in last year, because I don't think we've played those as much as the other ones. Which were they now? Smoke and Mirrors. I've no idea. These all feel like the original ones to me. Do Wide Berth, why not? The docks makes sense. RT3000 around the docks. If it feels shit, put it that way. Don't bother. Don't bother. It's like the Cheburek. In fact, after completing that drift race, it might be worse than the Cheburek. Might be worse than it. Okay. So let's crack on with this next one. So we'll go in the RT3000 now. When he wants to launch the session.
RT3.
Yeah, RT3000.
I don't have one. Done. Go and take a stop.
I think I was getting too much angle with it, and there wasn't enough power to do what I wanted to do, and it just a mess because of it. Right, there's no way this drift upgrade is going to be worse than what we've just been in. with the Keitora. I like the Keitora, but I saw it was convertible. I just had to do this. I didn't mean to do this, but this is quite cool, isn't it? I don't think I've ever drifted in first person on this. I'll get more points in third person there. This is miles better, by the way. Like 100 times better than what we've just been in.
Oh, it's funny.
This is a pretty good drift upgrade, actually. I don't know if it's because the Keitora was just that bad, but I don't know. I definitely picked to do a drift race again in this, put it that way. Okay, I nearly messed that up.
I lost my point.
I thought there was a precision thing on the close side, but I guess not. Yeah, this is a much better drift upgrade. Quite like this one. What do you think, Street?
It's very good. Better than that bloody Keitora.
Kind of makes me want to buy another RT3000 just so I've got one with a drift upgrade. Shadow going for some extra style points. You don't get extra style points, but you get what I'm saying.
If it's the yellow one, it was me.
No, it's Shadow.
Yes.
We should do a drift race first person only. Which one shall we do next? The problem is, these, I swear these are all just the... We'll do Buckle Down, but... I swear these aren't the ones from last year. Right, what shall we do this time? Should we do the Dominator GT?
Yeah, or not.
We'll do the Dominator GT and we'll finish on the Sentinel XS. Dominator GT. There it is. It is the Dominator GT, isn't it? I can't believe this hasn't already had a drift upgrade. Just looking at it now, it just doesn't feel right. There. But this is new. It's also convertible. This one doesn't feel as good as the RT3000. It feels like it wants to correct itself. Does it feel like that for you as well, Street?
I just find it annoying. Why did they bring out a convertible? Why couldn't they just make it instead?
Okay, it's not as bad as the Keitora, but I feel like it's not as good as the RT3000. The car just... it's a bit long. This looks a bit silly when you get a bit of an angle going, because the car just looks ridiculously long. Oh, I'm not going to reach that one. It's not that bad there. It's not that bad. It doesn't quite feel as good as the RT3000. Maybe it's just... maybe you may prefer it to the RT3000. It's just different driving styles in it. May suit other people more than others. So I'm just not going to get that. It's in a weird spot. Or the angle that I approach with. Street's winning.
How long?
Looks too heavy for precision drifts. It's slightly awkward. It's slightly awkward. You can drift it and it feels alright, but... the RT3000's been the best one so far. Let's see what the Sentinel XS is like. I imagine that might be similar to the RT3000, but we'll find out. It felt like that for me at first, but then I kind of got used to it. The RT3000 has definitely been the best so far, though. The Keitora has definitely been the worst, put it that way. It's not standard non-contacts. Noon. Yeah, I mean, I guess it was better than what I was expecting with it, like what you just said, but I wouldn't use it again to drift. I wouldn't use it again to drift. Could be worse though. Right, Sentinel XS, where is it? There it is.
Was it Sentinel?
Sentinel XS, yeah. Have you found it?
Yep.
It doesn't feel as good as the RT3000, but it's better than the last thing that were in, the Dominator GT. Initial impressions. It feels like you've got slightly less control over it than the RT3000. IMO.
This one's not too bad.
Can't believe I didn't get the first one. And I was surprised I got the second one. That one there's always been so dodgy because of the traffic light that's in the way. So the drift upgrade for this is pretty good, but the RT3000's better. I am enjoying drifting this. Would I use it over the RT3000? I don't know. I'd have to use the RT3000 again to decide. But we'll play another one after this and we'll use the RT3000 again.
Yeah, because I'm looking at one of the things, oh no, when we finish this I'll look at it again.
Nearly messed that up. There's a car spawn in there, that was weird. That manana.
Oh, what a drift.
I've got them both this time though. It's this one here that's dodgy because of the traffic light. Look. Look at it. It was dodgy because you've got to go on the grass.
Thank that. Because I nearly hit 2 by power lines and a by light.
I'm glad they added drift upgrades into GTA Online there, because it felt like it was something that we're never going to get.
Needed.
People wanted them for so long as well.
Oh, it was.
Imagine if that ended my my score there.
Complete a drift race in this Euros to receive the Menga Classic livery. It's within 72 hours. Oh wow! Community series Twitch drops. Watch top Japanese streamers take on race made by Japanese creators.
Yeah.
Yep.
We'll have to do another 2, right? We'll do another one. We'll do Hill to Die On in the RT3000. And then we'll do one in the Euros. Yeah, that one wasn't too bad. We'll do the RT3000 and then the Euros, because I think the RT3000 may be better than the Sentinel XS. So you're gonna try the Keitora again? Oof.
I'll try a different vehicle this time. Take that one.
I'm not sure what my favourite drift tune of all is before this update, because it's not really something we do too much. I quite like the ZR350 from what I remember. And the Futo, you know, when the regular Futo, they added a drift upgrade for it last year. I quite enjoyed that. You feel like you've got more control over the drifting with this compared to the Sentinel XS. The Sentinel XS drift's pretty good. It just feels a bit more slightly slidier. Like it's just not as controlled, but only slightly. When we get to the top of the hill, we're nearly there. Completely missed the precision drift. It's in a weird spot, to be honest. Yeah, this thing feels nice to drift. It's definitely the best one out of the 4 that we've got today. Then closely followed by the Sentinel XS. Then followed by the Dominator GT, which is a bit behind the Sentinel XS. And then miles behind everything else, the Keitora. It's not good enough power. Can't believe I didn't get that. There we go, accidentally banked before the race ends. In fact, I don't know where this ends now. I might get up to ×5 again, so I don't think it really matters that much. It's just nice to keep the drift going the entire time, isn't it? I know where this ends now. So we'll do the Urus now to get this livery. Let me show you. I'm gonna find it.
And I saw a vision. Footwear
This
that
one.
spoke to me.
You can't see that I've got it highlighted, can you? But complete a drift race in the Euros to be rewarded with the Manga Classic livery, receiving 72 hours, not 24 hours. And they said 24 hours. So we'll do that next. It's not a new drift upgrade, it's an old drift upgrade. I think it might have been in the original drift upgrades, this. The Euros. Right. Noon. Have I got a drift upgrade for the Euros? No, I haven't. Doing this for a liberate that I'm never going to use, but why not?
Might as well do it. The other one's probably gonna be harder.
And this thing's got more power than some of the things that we've used today, but I'm not sure about the drift upgrade on this. If you've just joined us, this isn't a new drift upgrade for this vehicle. This is for a challenge. You get a livery if you complete a drift race in this vehicle. Not sure why it's not just one of the new drift upgrades. It's probably because it's the liveries for this vehicle or something. It's not bad though, the drift upgrade for this, it's pretty good. How did I not get that? Some of those precision things that you get, sometimes you think you're not going to get them and then you do end up getting them, and then some of them where you think, oh yeah, I've done that, you just don't get them. I don't really think it's worth going through there. Street might win. Might from second. So yeah, back to the new drift upgrades. My favourite's the RT3000, then closely followed by the Sentinel XS, and then a bit behind it would be then the Dominator GT, and then miles behind the Dominator GT, the Keitora, because the Keitora just hasn't got enough power. It's an alright vehicle, don't get me wrong. I like that it's in the game, there's lots of customization to it, but the drift upgrade is just shit. The drift upgrade is just shit. It's not the worst of all the drift upgrades, but I don't know. Out of the ones that we've got today, then yeah. I think it's as good as any of the ones that we got today, to be honest. No power. Imagine drifting this thing up an hill, you know, on that race we did in the RT3000, the second one. Had to go up the hill. Bloody hell. I felt like the RT3000 was struggling a little bit going up there. I mean, this thing definitely would have struggled.
Yeah, the one I picked, oh, it was terrible. But completely forgot how terrible a car was. I've just done a week.
Let me just screenshot this. Screenshot source. There we go. But yeah, if you've just joined us, we've got a bunch of drift upgrades. We've checked everything out, so if you want to go through it all, just feel free to rewind the stream, because you should be able to find what you're looking for in terms of the new content. It's mainly this Keitora and the drift upgrades. I mean, the only drift race that we did that wasn't in a new drift upgrade was the one in the Euros, and that was for a weekly challenge. You unlock a livery for it. It did struggle. Oh, you used it in that race, didn't you? Yeah. I'm trying to drive back to the car, mate. Just get out of my way. If I die... Thing's ridiculous. Right, so that's the Keitora. That's the last you're going to see of that. These... I should probably record this. These ones here are the new drift upgrades. These ones here. So the RT3000, the Keitora, the Dominator GT, and the Sentinel XS. All new drift upgrades added in today. It probably is the new king of the utility class, because I can't think of anything that would beat it, to be honest. Like I said earlier, I think it belongs more in vans then. utility. It's a bit of a weird one to throw in utility. I guess I'll get my regular one out rather than the drift upgrade one. Probably end up selling that drift upgrade one. I just wanted to get another one today and just show you the customization without, you know, ruining my other one that I'd merged.
You need me to bring you a ride? I'll bring it by.
So we'll get this out now. This is it. So this is a bit different. It's a cleaner looking one, isn't it, compared to the other one that I had. Very minimal changes to it. Minimal truck bed. No livery. Got the two-tone going on. Not the most wacky things done to it. Just looks nice and clean. One of my favourites, in fact. One of my favourites, because it's a fun little vehicle, isn't it? It's a fun little vehicle. The customization could have been a bit better. I would have loved to have seen some spoilers on there with some of the truck bed options, but you just, I don't know. Just seems to have. It's because, you know, that Forza thing we saw earlier, the Forza Horizon 6 one. It would be nice to get like a spoiler on that, like like that on this. So that's what I'm getting on at. There's just nothing for it. And the other thing is, it's one of those vehicles with like a dodgy camera angle where it's like really far back from the vehicle and high up. But yeah, I'd assume this is the best in the utilities class now, Shadow. It feels like it would be. Feels like it would be. Anyway. I might make a video on all of this content that we've got today, because we've actually had a fair bit of it, haven't we? It's just a shame that not more cars have drift upgrades and HSW upgrades. It's just, those two things in particular, they breathe life into older vehicles. Let's have more drift upgrades so there's more of a reason to go back to some of the cars that you may have forgotten about. And let's add in more HSW upgrades for the exact same reason. And it's just something they don't do enough, especially with HSW. It feels like we get more drift upgrades than HSW. And then in the summer updates, did we even get new drift upgrades? I'm not even sure now. It just feels like we should be getting more of them than what we're currently getting. Because there's lots of vehicles to go through and add that they could add drift upgrades onto. It's just doesn't really feel like enough, does it? And then the ones that we do get, like with the Keitora, it just feels a bit crap. It feels a bit crap. Anyway, if you just joined us, we checked out all of the new content, so if you want to rewind the stream, feel free to do so. Also, feel free to leave a like and subscribe. I appreciate it. I've not seen anything else, by the way. What is playing? Oh, autoplay after a video. But like I said, I'm going to end my stream soon and probably crack on with this video. It'll probably be up fairly soon, probably within the next 60 minutes. What did I do for the thumbnail for that video last year? Been what I've done last year. upgrade. That's it. I do remember that thumbnail now. When did we get all of this stuff? Because I saw it was earlier on last year. Yeah, 6th of February. I want to kind of try and upload a video again, just see how well it does. Because some of the other ones that I uploaded more recently, I just didn't really do much, especially this update. It's like nobody was bothered about it. My most viewed video was how to get the Trojan Louisville. So you have to have GTA Plus. Average viewer duration 8 minutes. 8 minutes. YouTube, what is a good average viewer duration on a live stream? A good average view duration for a YouTube live stream is considered to be 30 to 50% higher than the total stream length. Right, well, this is why I get no views. People just click on and piss off after a few minutes. I'm sorry, there's no way people do live streams and people watch for like 50% of the live stream. There's just no way. Well, 50% plus is excellent. Many creators find that 30 to 40% is a solid achievement, particularly for longer, multi-hour streams. A 50% retention rate on a 10-minute video is different from a 50% rate on a 2-hour stream. For very long streams, even a low percentage can represent a high total time watch. Well, obviously. Anyway, so yeah, if you did enjoy, feel free to leave a like and also subscribe. I'll be back again next week. There's probably not going to be much happening next week because we really did think everything was going to happen next week because of GTA Plus, considering the fact that they've been ramming GTA Plus content down as throats when it comes to these new vehicles ever since the update from the Louisville to the Astrale to the Italy Classic. You know, the Astrale being the worst example of that because that was a month's exclusivity for GTA Plus members. Yes, you could buy it in the car meet, but most people don't know anybody that's got GTA Plus to be able to buy it from somebody in the car meet. So, yeah, it's just... No, don't do that again. Don't do that again. Maybe free upgrades for the vehicles for them. Maybe they can claim the vehicle for free. Something like that. But let's stop with this exclusivity bullshit. Because that's what it is. It's just bullshit. Everybody should get the content at the same time as each one another. Somebody wants to pay to get discounts and to get it for free, then fair enough. But yeah, at least we didn't have that carry on today with the drift upgrades and the Keitora. I kind of think it's only happened really now because the Keitora's got a drift upgrade on and it released all the drift upgrades at the same time, and the fact that it just, I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if they do this again with like the cop cars where it's GTA Plus only, something like that. So yeah, if you did enjoy, feel free to leave a like and also subscribe for more content. I'll be back again next week. God knows what's happening next week. But yeah, until next time, guys, goodbye.